Welcome back to the Media Unrestricted podcast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Chase.
And we're going to get right into the first topic here, and that is... Whoops, sorry. Got to downsize the camera instead of the actual thing. It is... The Suicide Squad trailer actually came out, I think it was 2 days ago?
Just a couple days ago.
A couple days ago, yeah, and it was great.
Yeah, it was awesome. I really like this trailer a lot. I think this is going to be a movie. I think you're going to go to the theater, enjoy the action, and have a lot of laughs and just have a fun time. I'm really looking forward to, because King Shark's in this movie, which is right there, voiced by some people's favorite action actor. He's okay in my books, Sylvester Stallone. But one of the things I thought from the trailer was cool was him ripping apart this one guy. I thought that was really cool. And John Cena's Peacemaker seems really funny too at one of the points. But I think this is going to be the Suicide Squad movie we should have got 5 years ago.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it was 5 years ago, I think it was.
There are a lot of big names in this movie. Not only we got Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, John Cena's Peacemaker, and Idris Elba's Bloodsport. But, like, as this right here says, like he said, Sylvester Stallone as King Shark, Alice Braga, Peter Capaldi, Pete Davidson, Nathan Fillion, Storm Reed. Like, there's some pretty big names in here.
And the villain is like a giant kaiju. I want to because I found
Starro.
Because I saw something on a picture that's kind of like it gives a little bit of information about him. He seems like he's going to be lots of fun. I got it right here. He is an alien with incredible psychic powers and fondness for conquering the world. As long as a piece of Sorrow's body survives, he can always regenerate. Sorrow was the first villain of the Justice League, and Sorrow can spawn countless spores that enslave victims' minds. That's just a little picture I saw that's got like facts. If you want to know a little bit about him, I think it's going to be a cool, interesting, like a villain to see. I'm curious to see.
Yeah, and another thing it's in the trailers, like in the background, you can barely see it, but like you can see basically what this shot shows. What Starro does is whenever he goes to planets. He's an alien.
Yeah.
And when he goes to planets, he puts these stars on their faces, basically like face huggers, but what they do is like they take over your body. And like he takes over a planet by putting these on everyone's faces.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's probably what he's going to try to do in this movie with Earth.
Yeah.
And obviously it won't work out.
Yeah, but I'm excited to really check out this movie, and if I remember correct, I do think it comes out.
Yeah, right here you can see it kind of.
Yeah. Middle of this year, I think.
Yeah.
I think so. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited to actually see it. Just kind of continuing this rated R trend on movies for superhero. I think it's working great, and I hope they continue doing it with other movies as well.
Yeah. With that, we're gonna move on to the next topic, and it involves the Restore the Snyderverse stuff. And the Warner Brothers CEO has shot down the Restore the Ayer cut and the Restore the Snyderverse movements. They're basically saying that there isn't really much to this. All it is was the interviewer asked her about, hey, are you going to possibly restore the Snyderverse, or what do you have to say about it? And they said, we don't have any interest in continuing Zack Snyder's version of the DC EU. The Snyder Cut was just a one-time thing, and they're moving on from it. That goes with Suicide Squad Ayer cut or whatever. I don't know why anybody wants an Ayer cut or whatever. Like, I don't understand. Like, I think Chris Ayer, or whatever his name is, who is the director.
David Ayer.
David Ayer, yeah, sorry. He said he said he has no interest.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people are clamoring for it. Like, the director doesn't have any interest and the studio doesn't have any interest. So why do people even care?
Yeah.
Like, people hated Suicide Squad when it came out, and nobody gave a shit about it anyway.
Yeah,
like,
so
just like people.
No matter what, if they come out with that, I don't think anyone's gonna care.
Well, it's just like, why are people clamoring for an Ayer cut now? They weren't clamoring for an Ayer cut after Suicide Squad came out.
Yeah, just because Justice League does it, everybody should do it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but
there's more stupid to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Of what's going on with what people, like I said, I understand you want to continue it and everything, but because what people are doing, they are going on to like IMDb and posting on the review section 1 out of 10, restore the Snyderverse. A lot of people are doing it, and it's just like
for Godzilla versus Kong.
It's just like, stop being so butthurt about things. Here's actually, I looked them up myself, and yeah, they are on there.
Sorry if that looks kind of weird, but I'm trying to zoom in to it to show you. Like, you see, hashtag restore the Snyderverse, man, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice did it better. Also, restore the Snyderverse. Like just look at all these 1-star reviews about restore the Snyderverse. It's ridiculous.
And these people hadn't even seen the movie. They're just saying this. Like I said, all I feel like these people are they're throwing a tantrum because they're not getting more of this. You know what? Like I said, me and you both, we liked Snyder Cut. I thought it was good. But you know what? They don't want to go on any further. That's that. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. Even Zack Snyder said that, I mean...
There's nothing he can do about it, and he said he's perfectly fine with moving on.
You know, you got it. I mean, if you want to make fan films and continue it yourself, you can. But, I mean, don't just go on something else that Warner Brothers is doing and just give it hate just because you want to cry about it and say stupid shit like that. And I know they also said a thing on, I think it was DC or Warner Brothers or someone posted about Asian hate and all that stuff that's movement going around. They even posted it on there. It's just like, I don't know. This world's just getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, and with that, we're actually going to move on to some more DC news, but it's better DC news. And that is Black Adam has cast Pierce Brosnan of 007 fame.
James Bond.
As Dr. Fate in Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam. Now, if you don't know who Dr. Fate is, he's a member of the Justice Society of America, which is like an older version of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Who fight? They fight like all of the older villains, like Black Adam and all those other ones.
Yeah.
Because the Justice Society of America includes, I don't remember who else was there, but Hawkman was there.
Hawkman.
I just can't remember who else it was. Yeah,
I know Hawkman and him.
But they've cast Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, and I mean, I think it's a pretty good casting. The only thing I know about Dr. Fate is how he was in the Injustice games. Mm-hmm. And in the Injustice games, like, he was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's more or less basically Marvel's version of Doctor Strange. He just came first.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate came first. I always was a fan of Dr. Fate. I always just thought the helmet was just the coolest thing ever. I always just thought it was cool. And Pierce Brosnan is a great pick to play him. I'm ready to see him do something else that's not James Bond, because I don't think he's done anything in a long time. It's been a while, I think, for him.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Black Adam, first of all, because, I mean, that one, ever since Shazam, I was always curious to see Black Adam. So I can't wait to see Hawkman and whoever. I can't remember who, like we said, who else is in the movie, but I can't wait to see Black Adam, which I think comes out next year, I think.
Yeah.
So.
All right, next topic we're going to talk about. A few Disney things have had their release dates pushed back. Yeah. And that is Black Widow and Cruella. They're set to debut also on Disney Plus and in theaters at the same time.
Yep.
As they did with Mulan. Well, I don't think Mulan even got a theatrical release, but
more or less it's kind of like what HBO Max does.
Yeah. And Black Widow and Cruella will now premiere on Disney Plus at the same time as they open in theaters. Cruella is arriving as scheduled on May 28th, but Black Widow has been delayed again from May 7th to July 9th. And both titles will be offered on the Premier Access, which comes with a $30 rental fee on Disney Plus.
That sounds nasty.
Yeah.
It sucks for this movie to be delayed again, because I don't know how many times it's been.
Well, another thing is, it mentions down here, Black Widow's move means that Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was previously set for early July and is bumped now to September 3rd.
Jeez.
So.
Just keep moving it back. I feel like that's all we keep getting. I don't know, even if, like, round here, if you couldn't go to the movies and see it, I don't know if I'd pay $30.
No, because here isn't a movie ticket like $5.50 or something, $10.
About $10, yeah. I've never seen it. I know that's going off topic of what we're thinking, but that's just not crazy to me. Pay $30 plus your $9.99 subscription. No, $7.99 now because it went up.
Yeah.
So you're paying $37 for a movie. Might as well. I don't know. That's just crazy. But anyways, I don't know why they delayed the movie. I can't understand it right now. It's weird to me that they delayed it because I really think as we're getting better here, I feel like it could have came out normal time, but I guess it's what it is. So I guess just keep the Marvel movies waiting. It's been a while since Spider-Man, so I guess the shows will have to keep us happy for right now. So
yeah. Speaking of Marvel shows, we're gonna go in talking about episode 2 of The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and like this show to me is already better than WandaVision, if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah,
which everyone already thought it was going to be, but I don't know what it is, but I think it's just Marvel doesn't need like super powered people to make anything good.
Yeah,
like this to me, this show is proof that you can have just like I know Bucky is technically like kind of super powered, but because I think he got the super soldier serum injected into him, but like. In this show so far, he's pretty much just acted like a normal person.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all we need, because this is pretty much the fallout of their characters from Endgame. Because like it's got Bucky dealing with his PTSD and Sam dealing with like what a normal black man would experience just in normal everyday life, even though he's a superhero. Like in this episode, they went to go see what was his name? It was Isaiah Bradley, who in the comics was the first black Captain America. But what happened was, instead of being revered as a hero, they ended up throwing him in jail for 30 years, like he says in the show.
Yeah.
And they tortured him and took his blood. And he even mentioned to Bucky, he was like, even your people took blood from me and stuff, and they were relentless. And everyone's automatically assuming that's probably Hydra.
Yeah.
And some people are wondering if maybe they took Isaiah Bradley's blood and made super soldier serum out of it.
I think they did.
And after they visited Isaiah Bradley, like Bucky and Bucky and Sam were talking on the road. They're in Baltimore. We're talking on the road in Baltimore, and all of a sudden a police car just drives up, asks Bucky, they say, "What's going on here?" And then they ask Bucky, "Is this man bothering you? Can I see your ID?" Basically racially profiling because he's black. And then it took the other cop telling the other cop that, hey, this is Falcon, for them to stop, which is a social commentary on the fact that the only reason they didn't do anything to Sam was because he was an Avenger. If he wasn't an Avenger and he was just like a normal black man, there's no telling what they would have done to him in that moment. It's like a social commentary on it without feeling too forced, in my opinion. Like to me it worked really well. But other scenes in this episode were to start off the episode, oh, by the way, last week I called him Chris Walker.
Yeah.
His name is
it's
John Walker. John Walker. So I apologize for that. I'm thinking of Chris Walker Glenn. He was an old football player for our old high school. But yeah, John Walker. It showed a scene at the beginning of him going to his old high school football team. That's funny enough. His old high school football locker room, and talking to his girlfriend and stuff. How he said he wants to do his best with the mantle and stuff like that. And then he goes on Good Morning America and like just talk about how he's not trying to be Tony or Bruce or anything like that. And then they also show footage of him that he has like super strength and not super strength, but like he really knows how to maneuver the shield.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that.
And like just going to show that he's really well versed in how to use it.
Yeah.
And then later on in the episode, whenever Sam and Bucky are chasing the Flag Smashers in that truck.
Yeah, I like the part in that where they get into the truck. And they go, "I got the hostage here." I'm like, "That ain't no hostage." And then it was one of the Flag Smashers.
And then whenever they fight them on top of the trucks, you just see a helicopter swoop down with John Walker's Captain America and Battlestar guy. I forgot what his name is in the show, but they say to them, "You look like you use some help." And they jump down and help him out, and then
more or less they get their ass kicked too.
Yeah. And then we get the death of Red Wing.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
It didn't last long.
But it's pretty much just.
I thought it was funny whenever after the fight scene, Falcon and Bucky were walking down the street just talking, and then up beside him comes John and what'd you say the other guy's name is?
Battlestar says like super.
They're in their Jeep and they're driving I'll give them a ride, and they just kept on walking.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
And then they mentioned how they want their help, and then it ends pretty much that scene with John Walker saying to Sam, he's like, "It would be really helpful if I had Cap's wingman on my side." And then Sam was like, "It's always that last line," and then gets out of the car, I guess.
Yeah.
Or he gets out of the car, which, I mean, Sam is trying to break free of that sidekick role. Yeah. And by John Walker's Cap calling him basically a sidekick, that's basically what got Sam to
during the beginning of it, before they went to the place. Bucky was telling Falcon like that he should have kept the shield and everything, that he should have kept it, and then that part was pretty good. I like that.
Yeah,
the chemistry between them two is really.
And
good.
then towards the end of the episode, Sam and Bucky find John Walker's Captain America and Battlestar sitting by a car
because they got out of jail.
And
you got them out of jail.
They talk to him. They're like, "We have two different styles. You guys are government agents. We're free agents, and we have different styles. We can't be working together." And then John Walker's Captain America was like, "Fine, if it's going to be that way, stay the hell out of my way."
Yeah.
Which basically is cementing him as almost being a villain, pretty much.
Yeah.
And after that, Sam and Bucky basically said to each other, like, "All right, I guess since we're dealing with superpowered individuals, we need to go talk to Zemo." And that's pretty much where the episode ends.
Yep.
Which means we get a shot of Zemo, in
jail.
So I'm guessing next episode we're going to get Bucky and Sam going to Zemo.
Curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, I am too. I'm looking forward to it too. It's a great episode.
Yeah,
got a lot of development.
I thought it was better than the first episode.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think each episode is just going to get better and better.
Yeah, and I know this one has 6 episodes.
Yeah, something like that.
So there's only 4 episodes left. So this one's going to be over quick. But yeah, definitely better than WandaVision by a mile.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens left. We're really curious to see what Zemo's involvement's going to be, because they seem like they're making him out to maybe possibly being a good guy. I don't know if that's what they're going to do. Maybe switch it up like they did with the Skrulls. I'm really curious to see how that whole scene goes next week.
Yeah. And with that, we're going to move on to the next topic here. And I'm going to let Chase talk with you about this. I need to step out of the room for just one quick second. Yep. So I'll be right back. I'll let Chase talk with you about this one-on-one.
Yep, that would be Young Rock episode 5. This one kind of goes in discussing when he is at his middle age, whenever his mom finds out that the Rock's been stealing everything. And she's got to take care of it while his dad's on the road dealing with things. So, and it's kind of like just that involvement and everything. It was a good episode. I still don't, like I said, I think whenever it started it was good, but I think it's definitely going not as good. So I don't know how many episodes are left, but I'm definitely curious to see how this show ends and how much further it goes into. I definitely enjoy the political campaigning stuff at the beginning of the show. I just think that's a nice thing with The Rock, maybe going political future. Yeah, but overall, I did enjoy the episode a lot.
Because he was laying beside your bed.
And curious to see how the show ends. For sure.
You let him on your bed?
Moving on till he gets back. 3 more Game of Thrones spin-off shows are in the works from HBO. I know Dylan's really looking forward to this.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Going into...
I'm here. Sorry.
Into...
Yes, we're going to talk about this right here. 3 more Game of Thrones spin-offs have actually just been announced at HBO. There are a few. One of the projects has the working title 9 Voyages and will follow Lord Corlys Velaryon, aka the Sea Snake, the Lord of Tides, and the head of House Velaryon. And this character is set to appear in the already greenlit prequel series House of the Dragon, played by Steve Toussaint, which is actually, I think, filming. It's either filming right now or it just wrapped up filming. It's one of those. And this is reportedly the most fully formed series of the 3, with the creative team already attached, including Bruno Heller, the co-creator of HBO's historical drama Rome. The second project has the working project 10,000 Ships, and will center the warrior princess Nymeria, an ancestor of House Martell, who founded the Kingdom of Dorne. And she was also the namesake for Arya Stark's direwolf, for those of you who are fans of Game of Thrones. The series will be set around 1,000 years before the events of Game of Thrones. Series number 3 will be set in Flea Bottom, the slum in the Westeros capital city of King's Landing, where characters like Davos Seaworth and Gendry Baratheon were born. And as the article states, while these projects are still in the early stages of development, House of Dragon is set to start filming soon. Okay, I thought it already started. The 10-episode series is set around 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones, and will tell the story of House Targaryen and the Targaryen Civil War that became known as the Dance of the Dragons. Alongside Toussaint, the cast includes Paddy Considine, Olivia Cook, Emma Darcy, and Matt Smith. So, I mean, I'm all for more Game of Thrones action in the world of Game of Thrones. I can't wait for it. And that's not the only Game of Thrones news there is today, because this actually coincides with some more other news. And that is that George R.R. Martin, obviously the guy who wrote the Game of Thrones books and oversaw the creation of the television show, has signed a new 5-year contract with HBO. And said the deal is reported to be worth mid-8 figures. Now, nobody knows why or what he's re-signed on for. A lot of people think it might have to do with more spin-offs and stuff in the Game of Thrones universe. But, like this says in the article, it's unclear if the new deal is purely related to the Song of Ice and Fire fantasy series and its numerous spin-offs and prequels, or if it involves other projects too. Which, if it involved other projects, that would be incredibly insane. I would love to get some more George R. R. Martin inspired, like medieval stuff, or just more George R. R. Martin stuff, because he's a brilliant mind when it comes to like this kind of stuff. And I just can't wait to see what comes out of that.
Yeah, I enjoy Game of Thrones. I haven't watched all of it. I think I'm in the middle, but I enjoyed it, and I definitely look forward to seeing more and more shows. I can't wait to see what they do with that and with this one as well. Just glad they definitely would keep him along, because he's definitely a key part that you have to keep Game of Thrones alive, in my opinion.
With that, we're going to move on to the last topic of the day, and that is that Sony and PlayStation Productions are developing a Ghosts of Tsushima movie with John Wick's Chad Stahelski directing. Excuse me. Now, I'm going off of Deadline's article here, and it says, let's see. I'm sorry, we didn't look at this before we do it, but we started filming, mainly because I knew about it, but I completely forgot until I was reminded from something. Stahelski, Alex Young, and Jason Spitz are producing through their company 8711 Entertainment. Assad Kizilbash and Carter Swan will produce on behalf of PlayStation Productions, and Sucker Punch Productions will serve as executive producers. Peter Kang is overseeing the project on behalf of the studio. And then they say that we're excited to be partnering with Chad and 8711 Entertainment to bring their vision of Jin's story to the big screen. We love working with creative partners like Chad, who have had passion for games, ensuring we can create rich adaptations that will excite our fans and new audiences. And that's from Assad Kizilbash, the head of PlayStation Productions. And they also go on to mention that Stahelski is also about to start shooting John Wick 4 after directing the first 3 films, and the films have become a massive box office success, surpassing $600 million worldwide. And that's just insane, because Ghost of Tsushima, from what I've seen, was up for Game of the Year. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people thought it might win, but The Last of Us Part 2 won for no reason, which is really stupid. But that's how it goes in the world of Last of Us 2. But I've
always wanted to check out this game because it looks really good. It looks lots of fun. And I think they've got the great director to make that kind of movie, because the John Wick movies are really good. I haven't seen the third one. I've seen the first two. They're really good, and I think this movie can definitely be maybe high on people's like video game movies. I look forward to checking it out and seeing what they do, and actually, hopefully, sometime get a chance to actually play the game and see how it is.
All right, and I guess with that, that's going to wrap up this episode of the Media Unrestricted podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
If you haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe. We always appreciate that.
Yep, we appreciate
Be sure to let us know what you thought of the episode down in the comments.
Yep.
We read every single comment, even though the majority of our videos at the moment don't have a few to any comments. But, I mean, we look at all the comments anyway. So.
Definitely, if you got anything you could say, just let us know what you think.
Yeah, and be sure to follow us on the social medias. Which ones do we have?
We have Facebook and Instagram. It's the same picture, it's just as the our YouTube thing. And on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday night, Godzilla vs. Kong comes. We will be seeing it in IMAX at 6:30, and after that, we will have a kind of like out of the theater,
fresh out of the theater review, fresh out of the theater
for you.
Yeah, it's going to be a really short, because that's not going to be our official review.
No,
it's going to be probably around maybe half a minute to a minute. Maybe. It's going to be short. It's definitely not going to be like 3 or 4 minutes. That's too long.
Maybe 3 minutes at the latest.
At the latest.
But that will be posted probably on our YouTube and the social medias as well.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that movie. Definitely looking forward to talking to you all about it. So yeah, subscribe, give us a like. We'd appreciate everything. Thank you for following us, and I guess we'll see you Wednesday and see you next week.
Yep, we'll see you on Wednesday with our Godzilla vs. Kong fresh out of the theater. And then on Sunday of next week, we will have our full review.
Yep.